Good morning, guys. Frosty day out there, minus 20 degrees Celsius. But I was just talking to Dad, and we've got to go out and do an update on Dad's house. And something strange happened. But it was to one of the workers working at Dad's house. So we're going to go out, and I don't know if this guy's going to be there today or not, but Dad's going to tell us about it. As you guys know, I have always said that since I was a kid, Grant and I have said that that house had spirits in it. My dad has heard voices talking at night. He's had things move. I went to pick him up for hunting season 2 years ago, and his kitchen table is always covered in junk because my dad's an old bachelor, right? He's got bullets in his wallet and a duster and a can of beer and a this and a that, and the table's covered. And he was telling me, he said, that moved last night. He said, I was looking at the table and something moved sideways. And I'm like, okay, sure, Dad. I have never seen anything move in my life before. However, that morning, as he's standing there telling me this, his fridge is here, his table is right beside it, a magnet should be stuck to the fridge, right? It popped off the fridge as Dad is telling me that story, bounced off a case of water bottles, and landed upside down on the table as he's telling me that story, as if to say, yeah, well, I'm still here, buddy. You know, strange things have happened. Before his house burnt down, his front door was wide open, and he heard banging on the door like he thought someone was there. He went to answer the door, no one was there. And this last thing that happened to one of the workers is something pretty cool. So let's get our stuff. I'm also going to bring another couple cameras, a speaker, because afterwards, after we go to Dad's, I'm going to head over to Grant's and make a second video. Him and I are going to do a paranormal session. So those are the two videos we're going to make today. Come on, let's do this. Minus 20. So cold, and we got snow, but I'm not going to bother plowing that right now. I've got better things to do. I was wrong. It's even colder than I thought. Well, it doesn't look like there's any workers here. Yeah, my truck said minus 25.
Mine said 26 coming over here. There's something I don't understand over here. You have in-floor heating, so
Yes.
you have intake air, and then exhaust coming out.
Yes.
There's a lot of heat lost. You think there'd be a better system to take that heat and push it back through your system? Well, the general contractor, the first general, the people that are working here, the only they pay, the insurance company pays $250 a day for that. 10 days, 2,500, 20 days, $5,000. He said they were up to 10 grand now.
Yeah.
But they don't want to pay for, they said that they don't touch that line, that hydro line, because it didn't burn. But this line here coming in did. Put your hand there and feel the heat that's lost coming out.
Well, I can see the heat that's lost.
Well, put your hand in front of it. It's not going to burn you. But
Yeah.
so much is unbelievable. I had that.
Well, we're getting some changes. I see some drywall. Starting to look more like a house.
Look at the moisture in the windows.
I told you about that last time I was here.
I know, and they told me that was from the mudding.
Exactly. It has to do with air exchange. Well, you're telling me it's because they mudded.
Because they told me all the moisture in the mud.
So what happens when Ken decides to have 40-minute showers every day in his house? That's no different.
Exactly.
You need an air.
Because it was wet from the mud that there probably was some.
No, that's baloney. You need an air exchanger. There's no air movement in these new houses are so airtight.
If you look at the drywall in here, these guys have done a good job of drywall. They're one little bright spot out of the whole thing. The rest is substandard work, a lot of it. Crap. But here, they didn't put this up high enough. It's got to go higher to the ceiling for your heating and your air conditioning. But they know that, whatever they did with that, whatever. You got to cut out that insulation because you can't get a 5-foot tub in there because it slides in and the drywall's in the way because you have to take a ½ inch off each side.
We all know that if you move in you're never going to get the finishing touches on anything. The yard work, anything that you said there's a crack in the foundation down below. If you move in, they're not going to come back and fix any of that.
That's right. And I've told the guy, would you want to move in here when there's all kinds of work? Redo that deck out there that sits on sonotubes that's on the edges. Never had any end cut, which is resealing all the pressure treated lumber, and the stuff cut too short, coming back, screw nail driven down into there.
Into the new siding.
Real beautiful job.
Yeah, no, Dad's fighting an uphill battle between the insurance company who doesn't care and these contractors who just want to do the cheapest, quickest job that they can. Like we told you guys in the last video, there was a $200,000 difference between the bids on the job, and of course the insurance company goes with the lowest bid. So how are you ensuring that he gets any quality when you just say, well, you know, they overbid because they didn't want this job, is what the insurance company said.
I said to the guy, how can there be a $200,000 differential but only 2 quotes? I heard that wasn't even legal. There's supposed to be
supposed to be 3, yeah.
But anyways, I said, $200,000 differential. I said, that must be your figure, you're going to nickel and dime me out of everything? I'll have to keep my eye on you every inch of the day. I said, on the job you're doing. He said, are you threatening me? I said, no, I'm promising you.
Yeah, and you have for the last 9 months.
Well, I'm here.
You've given yourself ulcers.
I guess that's my, be my new closet, or put some clothes there for outside plowing or whatever. I'll make a little thing. And this furnace is noisy, this boiler is noisy sometimes. I've heard a little bit. It starts, but the guy was down here, the drywaller, he's not here today, but he says, I'm not going back down here. He says, I heard a woman scream. Huh? He says, you don't have to believe me. I said, buddy, I had a lot of strange things happen here before, and I said, I believe you. There's a lot of strange things happen here, so it can't be the house, it must be the land.
So just for the record, you've never murdered any women in this basement.
I didn't murder any guys either.
Well, no, you said it was a woman that screamed.
He said a woman screamed, and I told him, I says, nah, I'll let you know I never murdered anybody here, so I said, so far anyways.
Go ahead, you can tell your joke.
I said, there've been a few screamers here over the years, but I said I never killed any of them.
I can't take him anywhere.
What that's all about, I guess for the stairs.
All right, so before I go, I'm going to run a little hack shack session here and see if Dad needs more than whiskey and strippers underwear to bless the house this time.
Yeah, but that's usually the best. That'll do the job.
Well, you got screamers in your basement, so it depends on what you're after, I guess.
Well, peace and quiet.
Who was here in Dad's basement screaming? Old Bill McKee.
The drywaller said he was...
Said something right there.
Drywaller said he was...
Who's gonna live in Dad's basement with him? Who was screaming in Dad's basement here when the guy was doing drywall? Jack. It said Jack.
Jack St. Ange lived next door, passed away.
Does Dad need to bless the house with cheap cologne and a box of wine? Yeah.
There's a sill plate,
Yeah.
which all your joists run off of, all over the place on the building.
Yes.
And underneath that, there is what they call a sill gasket.
Yes.
At one time when I was younger, I used to build houses, we'd cut tin tests that used to go underneath. Anything to take up the unevenness, to block out the air. They came down to here, up on top where you see that air hole up in there. And
Yeah.
you put your hand in here. I'll let you do that, up on top here. Feel the ice. Feel the cold.
Well, I can see light.
Yeah, put your hand up there. You see the light?
I can see a hole right there going outside.
Up here.
I know, but I can see right here. It goes outside. I can see the light coming in.
Up in here it is.
Dad's not done poking in this corner where the ice cold air is coming in. He said he reached in and he can pull icicles out of there.
I don't know if you can see the moisture that just melts when it come in.
Yeah.
It's ice.
Yeah, I can see it.
See, it's up on top there. There's 2 spots where you have to fill. I can feel the air cold both spots, so I think there's 2 spots there.
Yeah, that's big,
Polishing machine.
big gouges. Okay.
And they got to do that all. There's footprints over there.
They polished it, but it's pretty rough.
And the guy told me already, but he made a little wisecrack. I'm going to put some emery cloth in my feet and I'll skate around. I said, I don't care how you do it, but you're going to do it. As you see up here, we got 1 light there. That's where your entrance light when you come in. Over your closet, up your stairs. Now I said to him, I'm going to put a chair there. Where is my light in this stairwell? For when you're going down the stairs to break your neck at night, because it's going to be pitch black.
Yeah.
I would, any common sense in this world would say you need a light in every stairwell in the world.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not in some foreign country in the back hills of Africa, all right. But you need a light.
No, even they have lights in their stairwells.
I'm sure they have a torch going anyways. Okay, here's a shower. Here's another bathroom here. As you come in off the deck there, and this one here, they got that roughed in at 30 inch, which means inch each side. Finished door will be 28 inch. Time you put your door blocks on there, it's less than that.
Here, hold that up across your chest there.
28
You got
inches.
28 inches across your shoulders there, or what? So you might be able to squeeze through there once they get the finished door on.
And here, when they did the shower, there's a round shower comes in here. Bath, toilet there, your sink and vanity here. But here, they got these
That's hot and cold.
28 inches apart. Now, anybody knows, when you have your shower, you have, there you've got your hot and your cold together, so why would you put it 3 feet apart?
you don't, because you're going to have hot over here and cold over here. It's like boobies. You're going to have to reach up. And
I realize that, but I'll tell you, you just shake your head at it because it's dandy.
All right, guys, and as you know, I always tell the truth about everything, so at some point we're going to discuss that again in the future when Dad's house is finished, because there's a story about that as well. Corruption. I'll break the story.
And I'll tell you something that makes me laugh. They went and put that back deck on there, which has got to be redone because it's just a crappy job. I mean, it's not just that I'm saying that. You look at the building codes. The sonotubes aren't lined up. Nothing was painted over for the end cuts. Pieces are cut too short. Screw nails, blah, blah. Crap job. But the thing is, some guy's got to climb underneath that on his hands and knees and dig up all the ground to put mesh on the basement wall and then parge it with special parging. Isn't that nice? If they hadn't put the deck there, which has got to be redone anyways, he'd be
Well, they're
walking.
hoping you wouldn't be keeping track of that,
Well,
and then
of
it would
course.
never get
They
done.
think I'm an idiot. They'll find out.